So today I thought I would recite some of my favorite poems written by other people, not myself. And there are going to be three poets represented here: uh, Edgar Allan Poe, C.S. Lewis, and Lewis Carroll. And I'm actually going to read them in reverse order of what I just said. So let me start here with Lewis Carroll. And my favorite poem of his is, where is it? It is called Solitude. So I have it marked here somewhere. Here we go. Mosquitoes. Okay. So Solitude by Lewis Carroll, dated March 16th, 1853. Here we go. I love the stillness of the wood. I love the music of the rill. I love to couch in pensive mood upon some silent hill, scarce heard beyond beneath yon arching trees. The silver-crested ripples pass, and like a mimic brook the breeze whispers among the grass. Here from the world I win release, nor scorn of men, nor footsteps rude break in to mar the holy peace of this great solitude. Here may the silent tears I weep lull the vexed spirit into rest, as infants sob themselves to sleep upon a mother's breast. But when the bitter hour is gone, and the keen throbbing pangs are still, oh, sweetest then to couch alone upon some silent hill, to live in joys that once have been, to put the cold world out of sight, and deck life's drear and barren scene with hues of rainbow light. For what to man the gift of breath, if sorrow be his lot below, if all the day that ends in death be dark with clouds of woe? Shall the poor transport of an hour repay the long years of sore distress? The fragrance of a lonely flower make glad the wilderness? Ye golden hours of life's young spring, of innocence, of love and truth, bright beyond all imagining, thou fairy dream of youth. I'd give all wealth that years have piled, the slow result of life's decay, to be once more a little child for one bright summer day. All right. Moving on to C.S. Lewis, known, of course, for his novels and the Chronicles of Narnia and Screwtape Letters, as well as some of his nonfiction, Mere Christianity, Surprised by Grace. But he also was an excellent poet. I really like his stuff. And my favorite poem by him is called As the Ruin Falls. Here we go. All this flashy rhetoric about loving you. I never had a selfless thought since I was born. I am mercenary and self-seeking through and through. I want God, you, all friends, merely to serve my turn. Peace, reassurance, pleasure are the goals I seek. I cannot crawl 1 inch outside my proper skin. I talk love. A scholar's parrot may talk Greek, but self-imprisoned always end where I begin. Only that now you have taught me, but how late my lack. I see the chasm, and everything you are was making my heart into a bridge by which I might get back from exile and grow man. And now the bridge is breaking. For this I bless you as the ruin falls. The pains you give me are more precious than all other gains. And while I have this here, I'm going to actually go for another one here. This is all good stuff. This one is called Evolutionary Hymn. It's kind of fun. Lead us, evolution, lead us up the future's endless stair. Chop us, change us, prod us, weed us, for stagnation is despair. Groping, guessing, yet progressing, lead us, nobody knows where. Wrong or justice in the present, joy or sorrow, what are they? While there's always jam tomorrow, while we tread the onward way. Never knowing where we're going, we can never go astray. To whatever variation our posterity may turn, hairy, squashy, or crustacean, boobless-eyed, or square of stern, tusked or toothless, mild or ruthless, towards that unknown God we yearn. Ask not if it's God or devil, brethren, lest your words imply static norms of good and evil, as in Plato throned on high. Such scholastic, inelastic, abstract yardsticks we deny. Far too long have sages vainly glossed great nature's simple text. He who runs can read it plainly. Goodness equals what comes next. By evolving, life is solving all the questions we perplexed. On then, value means survival, value. If our progeny spreads and spawns and licks each rival, that will prove its deity. Far from pleasant by our present standards, though it well may be. All right, and now, on to the master. Edgar Allan Poe. He's so freaking good. And I'm not going to read The Raven. I'm going to start instead with The Conqueror Worm. Here we go. Lo, 'tis a gala night within the lonesome latter years. An angel throng, bewinged, bedight, is veiled and drowned in veils and drowned in tears, sit in a theater to see a play of hopes and fears, while the orchestra breathes fitfully the music of the spheres. Mimes, in the form of God on high, mutter and mumble low, and hither and thither fly. Mere puppets they who come and go, at bidding of vast formless things, that shift the scenery to and fro, flapping from out their condor wings in visible woe. That motley drama, oh be sure it shall not be forgot, with its phantom chased forevermore by a crowd that sees it not, through a circle that ever returneth in to the self-same spot, and much of madness and more of sin and horror the soul of the plot. But see, amid the mimic rout, a crawling shape intrude, a blood-red thing that writhes from out the scenic solitude. It writhes, with mortal pangs the mimes become its food, and the angels sob at vermin fangs, in human gore imbued. Out are the lights, out all, and over each quivering form the curtain, a funeral pall, comes down with a rush of a storm. And the angels, all pallid and wan, uprising, unveiling, affirm that the play is a tragedy man, and its hero, the conqueror worm. Next is another work by Poe, and this one is called For Annie. I just recently really got into this one. Okay. Thank heaven, the crisis, the danger is past, and the lingering illness is over at last, and the fever called living is conquered at last. Sadly I know I am shorn of my strength, and no muscle I move as I lie at full length. But no matter, I feel I am better at length. And I rest so composed now in my bed, that any beholder might fancy me dead, might start at beholding me, thinking me dead. The moaning and groaning, the sighing and sobbing are quieted now, with that horrible throbbing at heart. Ah, that horrible, horrible throbbing. The sickness, the nausea, the pitiless pain have ceased with the fever that maddened my brain, with the fever called living that burned in my brain. And oh, of all tortures, that torture the worst has abated, the terrible torture of thirst. For the naphthaline river of passion accursed, I have drunk of a water that quenches all thirst. Of a water that flows with a lullaby sound from a spring but a very few feet underground, from a cavern not very far down underground. And ah, let it never be foolishly said that my room it is gloomy and narrow my bed, for man never slept in a different bed, and asleep you must slumber in just such a bed. My tantalized spirit here blandly reposes, forgetting or never regretting its roses, its old agitations of myrtles and roses. For now, while so quietly lying, it fancies a holier odor about it of pansies, a rosemary odor commingled with pansies, with rue and the beautiful Puritan pansies. And so it lies happily, bathing in many a dream of the truth and the beauty of Annie, drowned in a bath of the tresses of Annie. She tenderly kissed me, and fondly caressed, and then I fell gently to sleep on her breast, deeply to sleep from the heaven of her breast. When the light was extinguished, she covered me warm, and she prayed to the angels to keep me from harm, to the Queen of the angels to shield me from harm. And I lie so composedly now on my bed, knowing her love, that you fancy me dead. And I rest so contentedly now on my bed, with her love at my breast, that you fancy me dead. That you shudder to look at me, thinking me dead. But my heart it is brighter than all of the many stars in the sky, for it sparkles with Annie. It glows with the light of the love of my Annie, with the thought of the light of the eyes of my Annie. And now, finally, one last one. This one is called Lenore. Ah, broken is the golden bowl, the spirit flown forever. Let the bell toll, a saintly soul floats on the Stygian river. In Guy de Vere hast thou no tear, weep now or nevermore. See on yon drear and rigid bier, lo, lies thy love, Lenore. Come, let the funeral rite be read, the funeral... Dang it. Come, let the burial rite be read, the funeral song be sung, an anthem for the queenliest dead that ever died so young. A dirge for her, the doubly dead, in that she died so young. Wretches, ye loved her for her wealth and hated her for her pride. And when she fell in feeble health, ye blessed her, that she died. How shall the ritual then be read, the requiem how be sung? By you, by yours the evil eye, by yours the slanderous tongue, that did to death the innocents that died, and died so young? Peccavimus, but rave not thus, and let a Sabbath song go up to God so solemnly, the dead may feel no wrong. The sweet Lenore hath gone before, with hope that flew beside, leaving thee wild for the dear child that should have been thy bride. For her the fair and debonair that now so lowly lies, the life upon her yellow hair, but not within her eyes. The life still there upon her hair, the death upon her eyes. Avaunt! Tonight my heart is light, no dirge while I upraise, but waft the angel on her flight with a paean of old days. Let no bell toll, lest her sweet soul, amid its hallowed mirth, should catch the note as it doth float up from the damned earth. To friends below, to friends above, from fiends below, the indignant ghost is riven, from hell unto a high estate far up within the heaven, from grief and groan to a golden throne, beside the King of heaven. Yeah, my mouth didn't want to cooperate in those last few lines. All right, so hopefully that was still somewhat enjoyable, despite my poor reading, and the poor audio probably. But if you did like some of that, check out Edgar Allan Poe, check out C.S. Lewis, and check out Lewis Carroll. There's plenty of treasures to be found in their writings besides the stuff they're usually known for. So, thanks for listening. Bye.